All right, so we're ready to do our transition piece. As I said in the beginning, this is a double offset transition. So to me, that means you can see the coil is much wider than that small 12-inch duct that we're dealing with here. I think the system will run okay. The old system ran okay without icing up, so I think we're okay. Even though this thing looks wide as hell, it's only a 2.5 ton. But a double offset transition, so that means the transition is going to be on a slant this way, and it's going to be on a slant that way. So trying to figure out where this is going to land in the right angle to cut your transition is the hard part, and a lot of guys struggle with this. You know, guys will spend something like this, if they can even do it, they'll spend 3 hours making this transition, you know, cutting a million times, trimming, you know. And a double offset like this, normally, you know, if you got to trim a little bit here or there, it's no big deal. It happens, but if you measure it right, it should fit right in. You know, that's the trick to transitions and getting them done quick, is measuring it right. And then you cut it once, it slides right in, you're good to go. You don't even need to touch it. So that being said, I'll show you how I do it. And everybody has their own way, but with my way, you can do a transition even if this thing is in a closet and you can't get to any of the sides except the front. You could still build this transition if you do it this way. You know, when it's in a closet and you can't get to the sides, I'll usually fold my tabs on my panels in and screw them in from the inside, and then I put my front door on last. That's the trick to doing them in closets. If you have access, then I'll put my tabs on the outside and I'll screw it down into the coil case from the outside. So this one on this side, you can see it's tough to get to in between there. I probably could get to it with my snake driver, but this one here, I'll probably put them on the inside. I'll put my lip on the inside and screw it down, and it'll be good to go. So I'm going to do the back panel first. I always start with my back panel, and then I'll do this side, and I'll screw it in from the inside. And then I'll do my left side, and then finally the front. So let's start with the back. So get my Sharpie marker. We're going to take a measurement. Now the way the back panel is going to be, you have your back panel, and then there's going to be an ear going this way, we'll fold, and an ear going this way. And then we'll end up putting a piece of S-cleat on that ear, and then this panel will just slide right into the S-cleat. So what that means is, whatever your distance is from here to here, you're adding 2 inches. So an inch for each ear that we're going to fold. So take my measurement, and I usually like my measurement to land right about there. If you see where I'm at, well, actually, I'm going to land it out towards the outside of the case. And the reason is because I'm going to have an ear that's going to fold in on out here. So this panel is going to be over here towards the edge, the far edge of the case. So I kind of want my back panel ear to also be on the outer edge, not on the inner edge. So I'm going to measure from the outer edge here, and I'm actually going to measure to the inner edge here, because this is where this panel on this side is going to be on the inner edge. So what do we got? We got about 20 1/4. So we add 2 inches to that, and it's going to be 22 1/4. So that's going to be our first length. So we're going to draw a picture of basically what we're doing here, and we got a small guy like that. Geez, this Sharpie's not good. I might have to grab another one. And we're going to have something like this. That's basically going to be the shape of our back panel. Now this one down here is going to be 22.25, 22 1/4. Definitely need a new Sharpie. Okay, so we have our bottom measurement. Now we're going to get our top measurement. And the way I measure this is I'll measure from this S cleat to that S cleat. So that way it comes all the way to the corner, and then it looks like it could be out a little bit more, but we're gonna make it 12. This one's gonna flex a little bit, but 12 is good. So if that's 12 plus 2, 14. So we're looking at 14. Okay. Now I'm gonna get my height, which looks about 20. Yeah, 20 will work. Be a little bit, 20 could be a little bit tight. We'll go on the short side of 20. And then we're gonna add ½ an inch because we're gonna put a ½ inch lip in the back and screw it down. So we're looking at 20.5. So, if this were a offset with just one, a transition with just one offset, we'd be good. This is all we would need to do at this point, and we could go cut. But because there's a double offset this other side, we need to know essentially at least the distance on one. I'll show you. Let me see. I'll explain it. So basically, when we cut, this dotted line is going to be our sheet metal that we're going to cut from. Okay, and we need to know this distance right here, boop, boop, from there to there. We need to know that distance. If we know that distance, when we cut, we can mark that and then start our 14. So we put a little mark there, start our 14, and we're golden. And I'll show you what we do out there to get these angles. It's pretty easy, but we need to know that distance. So the trick that I do is alright, here's the trick. Here's the secret. Essentially what I do is, just gonna have to drop my level, but I'm going to set that right on the edge like that. I'm going to hold it until I see that bubble. Let me get this a good spot where that bubble's kind of in the center. And then I'm going to measure right to my S-cleat, which this S-cleat's going to bend out just a little bit more. It's good to have a magnetic tip there on your tape measure to help you move it all around, but basically we're looking at 2 1/4. I would say 2 1/4 is going to work out good. So that distance, 2.25. Alright, now we got all the information we need. Okay, so ready to cut my back door. And if you look here, 2.25 off the edge of the sheet metal, so you can see I'm 2.5 off. I put my mark there, and then I start my 14. So you can see 2.25, then 14. That's what I got going on up there. And then measure down 22 and a quarter, or 20 and a half, and then 22 and a quarter this way. So I got all my markings here. And now what we do is take a piece of S-cleat or drive, and you just put one side up there, one side here, and then draw a line. And that's how we get our angle. You're just measuring and then connecting the dots. And then we go from up there down to this corner. And there's our shape. And when you use these auto shears, you want to pick it up off the ground a little bit. Don't run this thing across the concrete because it'll leave a mark. Okay, so now we got to put our bends in for our little ears. And the way I do it, you can use a folding bar, or you can just do it like this. I usually do it this way. So I don't even use folding bars too much because I'm able to do my bends like this. And it's nice doing it this way because you can even do it on really big stuff. Basically, you fold it to like a 45-degree angle. Don't go all the way 90 degrees and then try to work across. Go 45 until you get to the end, and then go up to 90. There we go. There's one. There's two. And we gotta put a half-inch lip on the bottom. So you mean my head? You talking about my head cam?
Yeah, the headlamp. It's got like a wire. It's just
Yeah, it's got a light on it. There we go. Now we're gonna notch it up here. About 1 inch or so. That's how they typically should do. We might have to adjust it a little bit because our S cleats are off. Alright, so now we're going to put our side piece on back here. So let's measure. Man, this humidifier is really in the way. Alright. So I basically measure from the top of this cleat here. Looks like it's going to be about 20 and a half. Yeah. Plus we got a 1/2 inch. So roughly 20 and a half plus a 1/2 inch lip is going to be 21. About 19 and a quarter. Not bad. So this one is going to be $19 and a half. $21. Now, this is going to need to be 1/2 inch. So right there. Take this guy here, put it there. Boom. It's us. Man, pretty noisy.
Noisy town, or is it me?
Yeah, it's... And they keep parking over there. Like they hit the brakes when they get to that point. No wonder these folks are moving. It's like there's a train over there trying to stop. Loud as hell.
Done.
Looking good.
What? Hot. Touch it. My wife's going through. I walked over to her yesterday at the dinner table to give her some food out of the oven, and the pan accidentally hit her hand. She's like, "You burnt me." She had a big burn on her hand.
Damn.
You're welcome.
Okay, that looks pretty good. I'll get that back there. Yeah. Okay. Pretty good. Okay. Measure from up here all the way down. It's going to be 21 and a half.
Oh, that's good. Oh, Justin. I'm like, Justin?
Huh?
Oh,
Hey, what's up?
Justin.
Hey, what's up, dude? How are you?
I'm good now, brother.
Good, man. Hey,
Appreciate you.
no problem, dude. I'll give you a call whenever we got something
I
around here.
appreciate you. I'm picking up and I'm going now. I got the guys with me.
All right, brother.
Love you guys.
All right, man. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you. Come on, guys.
21 and a half plus half is 22. Okay. Top is 19 and a half. Bottom is 19. We're just going to make it the same way as the other one, pretty much. There's an extra little bit longer on one side. So let's see, the top is 19.5. There. Looking at 22 going down. And 19, but it's coming in on a little offset, 1/2 inch. So we're gonna measure our 19.5. Let's see, 22. 22. And then 19.5 from here. And then 1/2 inch here is right there. So
pretty bright, huh?
the sun?
Looking down on that piece of metal.
Yeah. All right.
Wow. 3/8 inch swag going on here. Swagging at high speed.
Swag. You're funny, man.
That's what it's called.
Oh, it's swedge.
I always called it swag, but look at the front of the...
I know. It says swag. Swage. Swage. Yeah. Trim that a little bit. Yep. And give her a little trim. A little tight over here with this pipe. I'll get it. No, I'm good.
Oh, that
Keep doing what you're doing. I don't need help. There we go. Perfect. That's right where we want it. Good. Now it looks like the front is going to be the same as the back. I'm going to cut it the same. So it looks like it is about the same. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to cut the front door the same as the back door. And it's going to be this guy here. So we'll mark our 2 1/4. And then we'll go 14 from there. We're going to bring it down 20 1/2. And we're going to come over 22 1/4. It's right here. Now we just connect our dots. And that's it. So it'll sit like that, and then the ears are going to go that way. So we'll see if we have to trim this guy, because I made it the same as the back door. I usually measure each panel independently, you know, because stuff's different, stuff changes. But in this case, Steve was working there doing the line set, so I just figured I'll just make it. If I gotta trim it or change it, it'll be fine.
A little bit, yeah. I was trying to find the thing. Hold on. Yeah, it's cool. One. That's awesome. Oh, wow, that's nice. That's good. Oh, yeah, that was off right there, man. Yeah, it's not far. I thought there was an exit at 8th Street. 8th and something. Ooh, oh, no. I meant the trolley to the L.
Probably not too easily. Alright. Put that side in first. Pretty hard with this vent pipe here. We'll get it. Okay. Pretty close. Fits like a glove. There you go. If you measure your stuff right, you can cut once and slide it right in. Maybe trim real quick with the auto shears here or there, but other than that, you don't have to, you know, make a lot of trimming, cutting, and messing with it. That stuff takes up a lot of time. That can put 45 minutes on your day. So we're in. Let me screw this down. In fact, I'm just going to put them on the sides and the front. There we go. I only have my big screws today. I usually like to use the 1/4 inch screws, but I'm all out, and so is Steve, so I'm using these 1 inch self-tapping 5/16, or maybe 3/4 inch, 3/4. I think we're screwed in pretty good now. Alright, so that is a double offset transition. If you look, we got an offset here, we got an offset there. And if you measure it right, you can cut your 4 panels exact and they'll slide right in, not give you much problem. And you know, it won't take any more time off your day. Get used to doing it, and it'll be just like anything else, any other transition. You can fly right through it. I usually spend, if without interruptions, unless guys are trying to talk to me or people calling me, if I can run right through without interruptions, usually takes me probably 15 minutes per panel between measuring, cutting, bending, fitting it in, and zipping it in. Usually about 15 minutes per panel. So about an hour you can do a transition, if everything goes smooth. You got all your tools lined up, you know, you're not running around looking for a Sharpie marker. Yeah, so about an hour. You know, if everything's going wrong and your people are calling you and other stuff's happening, 2 hours at the most. You know, if it's taking you longer than that, then you need to practice or change your strategy a little bit. But that's pretty much it. I'm gonna put a little bit of silicone in like little corner holes like that, and up the top there, put some gray caulk, and it'll work just fine. All right, we're all done and just cleaning up. Another one down and on to the next one. So check out the outdoor unit. There she is. Just getting ready to turn her on. Thanks for watching, and give us a call for any residential or commercial heating and air conditioning needs. Thank you very much. Have a great day.